Mm. Okay, so YouTube's got some issues. YouTube's got some issues tonight, and nothing's uploading except shorts. I uploaded a short on this, and this is crazy. This is crazy right now. But we have a da-da-dunt, da-da-dunt, damn Gina update. Today was going to be an interesting day. I said I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall at the league meetings. What people thought they were going to be talking about is Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder basically sent a letter basically saying there was some wrong information in an article put out by ESPN saying things about me investigating the other owners and stuff. Nothing could be further from the truth. And I am, one of you guys. And it's tough being one of you guys. But we all are looking out for each other and kumbaya moments and stuff. Okay? Jerry Jones had said, we're not going to be talking about Dan Snyder. Okay. So apparently, here's where it gets to be interesting. Shout out again to da-da-dunt, da-da-dunt, damn Gina. Because while I was doing my fireside chat, because it's been a long day and I'm trying to get in and go take a shower and go to bed and go to sleep. But again, YouTube has got some issues tonight. They've had problems over the last 2 weeks with all kinds of stuff, from the monetization button not being there, and now you can't upload. It's just stuck in processing and everything else. So I don't know if you're going to see this or not. I'll probably tweet this. But anyway, apparently Jerry Jones, because this goes back to the 2017 season. Let me give some background here. In 2017, we had the whole Zeke Elliott situation where the NFL decided we're going to go after Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott was accused of domestic violence with a girlfriend. The NFL proceeded to go ahead and do an investigation where they came out with like a 120-page report that was basically minutia. One of the people who led the whole situation said, there's no there here. There was never an arrest. There were never any charges. We ended up having the police department do an investigation, and then they had the district attorney. And again, they couldn't find anything. There were some damaging text messages done by the accuser that made it look like she was going out for revenge. Regardless of that, the NFL decided, we're going to suspend you for 6 games. Jerry Jones said, no, you're not. No, you are not. Jerry Jones proceeded to help fight the situation. When it was all said and done, after ruining the whole 2017 season of Zeke Elliott going to New York, is he going to play, is he not going to play, and the season going to shit, the NFL came back and said, Jerry Jones, you're going to pay the legal bills of a couple of $1 million. Jerry Jones says, we're going to fight that. I got the best attorneys in the world, and we're going to fight this thing. Jerry Jones and his attorneys go to New York in Manhattan and meet with the NFL commissioner, which case we don't know exactly what happened in the meeting, but I can speculate what happened was, Roger Goodell. Oh, I forgot one part of this. During this time, before he got the edict of paying that $2 million, we had Jerry Jones saying, pump the brakes a little bit here on doing the renewing of the contract of Roger Goodell. Because I believe it was it Bill Polian he wanted to put somebody else in as commissioner. He wanted to put somebody else in as commissioner. Did not want to renew the contract. Tried to get the other owners in here. Tried to have a coup. Now, he goes to New York with his attorneys to fight the fee. Jerry Jones leaves the meeting and says, we're going to pay the fine. We're going to pay the fees. And that's it. Now, we thought that everything was kumbaya because Jerry Jones was one of the lead negotiators with the NFLPA on the new contract, where they're getting boatloads of money and the salary cap is going to go through the moon, which means there's a whole lot more money for the owners. Thought it was all settled and done. But you still feel like the NFL has it in for Jerry Jones. Because you start looking at things that happen to the Cowboys that don't happen to others. Now, I don't mean any harm, but for example, the Eagles game, it's kind of amazing that the Cowboys had 10 penalties. 10 penalties. Not a single one of holding on Micah Parsons. Not a single one. And the Eagles only have 3. It's kind of funny that the Dallas Cowboys always seem to get these penalties out of nowhere. Ones that you've never heard before. Do you realize in the whole course of the time that for a running back lowering the head, getting a personal foul, it has been called 3 times, and twice on the Cowboys, Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott. Do you know that 12 men in the huddle has been called 3 times in the history of the NFL? 2 times against the Dallas Cowboys. 1 where the guy didn't even go in the huddle. Do you know the whole moving of the football before the snap against the Washington Commanders, at that time the Washington Redskins, hadn't been called before? Sometimes I feel like the officials go through before a game and say, let's find a penalty that's never called and let's call it against the Cowboys. In that 49er game that people blame Dak Prescott on, do you realize we had 14 penalties in that game? 14. But be that as it may, sometimes you feel like there's no friends here with the Cowboys. You don't get the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so enter the league meetings today. Dan Snyder sent in his letter and all that, kumbaya moment and everything else, he's trying to keep his team. He does not want to be forced to sell it. But apparently, Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones get into it. And he tells Robert Kraft, don't fuck with me. Sorry for using that word, but I have to use that to give you the power of saying that. Don't fuck with me. And apparently, this goes back to compensation for Roger Goodell, as in Jerry Jones is still not happy about Roger Goodell. Now, here's where I'm beginning to wonder, there has to be a little bit more that has happened that we do not know about. There's got to be something else in here. Maybe, just maybe, because here's where, this is conspiracy theory, okay? This is just me thinking. Dan Snyder went to Dallas for the Dallas-Washington game. Dan Snyder, Jerry Jones, on the field there together. Dan Snyder, rumors of him getting a private investigator. Could it be Dan Snyder is blackmailing Jerry to try and help his position on keeping his team, and that Jerry Jones has to go to the mat and say, Roger, leave this shit. Leave this shit. And that Jerry is, and Robert Kraft is probably up there saying, no, I want to get rid of him. And that's where he's saying, don't fuck with me. We don't know. We don't know, because these are things that are above all of our pay grades, okay? This is the Billionaires Boys Club. And wow is all I can say about that. So I hope that this will get uploaded and you guys can see it, because this is some major breaking news here. I can't, this is like a soap opera. I mean, this is like, get your popcorn ready. All right. I'm going to see you guys, hopefully, God willing, in the morning. Well, if YouTube is fixed. And remember, tell the people you love that you love them, because you might not get the chance. Jerry, tell Robert you love him. Peace.